not a ton. I mean, look, Optic's playing against some lesser competition. It's all about the bracket for me.
Here we go, baby. Optic Gaming, Mindfreak Black, and Formal has a snipe off the break.
He's able to make it work. He gets one. You can already hear the fans. As soon as they're loud in the building, they get loud for Optic Gaming here. Their first match here. Mindfreak Black is a good story, Clint. Tainted Minds, Mindfreak, they come in, obviously, the more highly praised Australian teams. And Mindfreak Black is the only one that makes it a bracket. The least likeliest team from APAC comes through. They find themselves in bracket play. A very tough match, though, in round one.
But, yes, exactly. Do you give them a chance in this series, or are Mindfreak Black being sacrificed to the Optic Gaming gods in this first series?
I think Optic Gaming definitely, this is one they should take.
Well,
if this one were to be close, you definitely worry about them the rest of the weekend.
Think back to last year, we talked about the 2016 championship, and that you had Optic Gaming with the first round matchup against Envy, who's kind of considered the number 1, number 2 team at that time. Very different scenario here for round one.
Oh, without a doubt, but that's why you work so hard throughout the year. You get a good seed, you come in, you take care of business in groups. You don't come out of groups with the number 2 seed. You give yourself the best chance to win these matches as we go into bracket play. But it's a Mindfreak Black off the rip here with a lead against Optic Gaming.
Zeppa ended a 5 streak there. I think he fell a little bit short of streaks, but his spree, a big part of the reason you see Mindfreak Black enjoying an early advantage. Formal with some crispy shots with the NV4. He is 6-1, and statistically seems to be following up right where he left off from group play.
Yeah, he is in the top 6 in every game mode in terms of overall KD. You see, he was number 1 in Hardpoint, number 3 in Uplink, number 6 in S&D. He's been a beast all weekend long. He was on a 5 streak there. He gets cut down. OG has taken the lead back. They have control of Cathedral. They need to win these first initial fights, though, on the rotation.
Well, here's going to come the hit from Mindfreak Black. 1 pushing through market, make that 2 actually, a couple inside a hotel lobby as well. The first 2 picks do go in. Scump now, a lot to do. Him and Formal have to make a play. Formal finds 1 before dropping. Scump's going to drop as well. And Swift Azor and company have broken through Cathedral quickly. Now, talk to me a little bit about Mindfreak Black, because I know Hopi and Swift Azor we saw a bit last year in the CWL League. Setzi, Zeppa, newer players, and they've been very impressive here this week.
Yeah, Hopi is really the one that kind of stands out for me. Captain of Chiefs Esports Club. He gets dropped at the beginning of the year. Doesn't exactly know what's going on. Can't really find a way onto Mindfreak or Tainted Minds. He ends up forming this roster here for champs in the last part of the year, and they put together a very good run. Swift Azor is a very talented player as well. The 2 new guys, the Zeppa and Setzi, don't really know too much about them, but you got to imagine, they go in, they pick the best that's left in the Australian region, and they're able to make a good team here going into champs. They have played Optic very tough at the beginning.
So far, very strong from them. Optic able to snag the final 15 seconds in Cathedral. Now a tall order to break in a broken building. As the final 2 drop, it looks to be another early hold on one of your money hills for MF Black. The spawn coming out across bridge for Optic Gaming as they're going to have to look to break through. As well as I do, it takes a solid 15 to 20 seconds even to get into the gunfights to break into this hard point, and then you run into Zeppa, who's got key position here to deal with you. Setzi out front. The 2 young superstars for Mindfreak Black, they're going toe-to-toe with Optic Gaming right now.
Yeah, it's a big kill from Zeppa inside the hard point. He picks up that first one. It's going to buy them about 15 or so extra seconds. He picks up a second one there. Swift Azor coming in. He was able to get one. Not going to be able to take out Formal or Karma, as they'll be the last few seconds going to Optic.
Exactly. It's the same thing as the last hardpoint, though, right? Yeah. Everything pretty much controlled from Mindfreak Black early. Optic Gaming breaks in with 10 to 15 seconds. And yes, Optic Gaming still very much in this. And we've seen huge swings on this particular map. And I think one thing worth mentioning for Optic is time and time again, we've seen them start slow in a hardpoint. Start slow in, kind of that game 1, and then erupt midway through. Curious to see if that'll be the story here.
And I think there also has to be some things going in the back of their heads as well. They know they need to win this first game. A lot of pressure on these guys, and now the fans are in the building. You're playing on that main stage. They need to show up. They've accomplished everything as a team outside of winning a Call of Duty championship. They need to get it done. They know the pressure. They know what's on the line. For these first games, you may just get the jitters out here and then smooth sailing, but Mindfreak Black still hanging in here, playing them tough. They have a lead at this moment in time, but Optic Gaming starting to make a comeback.
And the big thing for me as we get into our second set of rotations here shortly, the two money hills, when you talk about going from Cathedral all the way over to Broken, they were both dominated by Mindfreak Black. This time through, does Optic Gaming make adjustments, or are they able to take control? But first, let's get back to Bridge. A couple opening kills going to Mindfreak, Scump answering back, and Karma now trying to get there, but Karma going to be the lone man. Anything he can do to find kills and stay alive will be crucial. He gets one, but will be taken out. All but a tie game right now as Zepp is trying to hold here with FTL. Unfortunately, Krem6 has his number as he picks up two. Formal gets one of the wall run, and Optic Gaming gets a crucial break.
They should be able to hold on to the rest of Bridge here. You see how far Mindfreak Black is spawning from the hill. And you know, Mindfreak Black obviously had a lead early in this game, but you looked at some of the numbers. They were not picking up a ton of kills. And if they do not kind of come alive in the slaying department, this is going to be one that Optic runs away with.
This is what we were talking about. Are they going to pick it up midway through the game and start to dominate? This could be that position as we head to lower street. Controlling bike right now will be MF Black. Formal, though, with some nice shots again with the MV4. The rest of his teammates picking up kills as well, and he'll be the first one in. 19-8. A minute 49 to go in the hard point, and starting to build towards streaks as well. Formal has been an absolute phenom lately.
Yeah, with lower street just spawning up, you see Mindfreak Black trying to work their way through the hotel hallway all the way back towards that Cathedral side. They know they need that hill. It's going to be so necessary if they're going to go on and win this game. And see Hopi and Setzi picking up some kills. They're going to be able to get control of lower street. But look at where Optic spawns. They have control of Cathedral.
Oh, God. I was about to say, actually, Swifters were one of the players from Mindfreak Black spawned in that back pocket by Cathedral, but then immediately 3 players from Optic spawned on the opposite side of Cathedral. So, well, 3-on-1 situation. That does not go well for the MF Black player. So there you go. It's a nice hold for Optic Gaming at lower street. They're going to be set up very nicely to make a play here at Cathedral. And if they fix their woes through the first set of rotations, they're going to end this game in the next 60 to 90 seconds.
Without a doubt. Scump, he's going to fall, but Formal, he picked up that first kill over in Market. Some nice range shots there from Formal as he has control of Cathedral. Mindfreak Black spawning so far away. This is where Optic can put the game away.
One of the things that's been so impressive about Formal to me lately, a lot of guys you see, they go vertical, and they jump, their shots get a little bit shakier. I swear, somehow he gets more accurate when he's actually applying any kind of advanced movement to these kills. He is on a tear right now, but will drop as he makes one shot. Will there be anybody there to clean it up? Scump and Karma finding kills. Karma eventually traded out, but now about to break the 220 mark is Optic Gaming. They can't win it on this hard point, but they will be so close to closing it out. Scump, great shots there with the K-bars. He finds 2.
And you got to think, I mean, Mindfreak Black, they're in the lead like 140, 133, and this second half of this game has been ugly. They have gotten just blown off the map.
Is it not exactly what I said earlier? Like Optic, how many times have we seen them start slow in the game 1 or in a hard point? Halfway through, they completely take over and dominate. They adjust, they get in a groove, and they just slaughter the opposition, and that's exactly what we've seen here. You still have Karma, I think, be able to make a play. Actually, he just dropped, so it will be a one-on-one in the hard point now. It's Formal. He FTL forward. He finds Setzi in the back. He's now inside. Game 1, Optic Gaming.
Tell you what, if he's playing like that this weekend, it's not going to be fun for a lot of other teams. I mean, we've seen some great individual performances so far at Champs, over the last few years, but if he kind of keeps on this tear, I mean, you got to imagine slows down a little bit. You get up against some of those better teams, but man, he is looking scary good right now.
And Formal, he actually took a little bit of flack from his teammates. They're actually saying he wasn't baiting hard enough. Like he wasn't sitting in the back and letting them fly in front and just pick up the easy kills, just play slow, be the guy that plays his life. He was getting a little bit too aggressive, crosshair hunting a couple of times, and it was hurting them, specifically in stage 2. It seems that he fixed that. I mean, what really stood out to me, if you watch group play the other day, I can't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but his preset Uplink, the one he dropped 43. It looked like he was not being shot at times because they were just shooting at the rest of his teammates. He was sitting up there 3, 4, killing 3, 4. It was unbelievable to see. The guy's doing his job. His teammates are playing around him, and it's been special.
Yeah, you get some of his teammates to push up the map, be very aggressive. He sits a little bit further back. He's able to pick up those kills at range, and that is what he excels at, right? I mean, just picking up those kills with the NV4. Just him and Octane, the two best at range. You expect Formal to dominate a lot of these matchups.
Well, I can't remember the exact statistic, but I remember it talked about the KD you have for your main NV4 player, how low percentage you had of actually winning maps when they were going negative. It's crucial because especially when they're dying in key roles, they're kind of the last line of defense. The less your main MV4 is dying, the better you're going to be doing. But Optic Gaming, 1-0 lead in this series. S&D on Crusher coming up next. And this has been Optic's specialty, right? Search and destroy. It's the exact opposite of the story from Champs last year.
Yeah, they were so poor in the game mode last year that really kind of ultimately becomes their downfall. Very good coming into this year. You know, game number 2 will be Crusher. They have an 80% win rate on that map. 12-3, so it's not like they're like 3-1 or something like that. They have a very good track record on this map. It's one they can be very aggressive. I know we see Crim a lot of the times now in Search and Destroy, kind of goes off on these flanks, these solo missions, just kind of tells the guy, hey, buy me 20 seconds, buy me 15 seconds, I'll make a play. Crim has shown up big in the Search and Destroys. Look out for him in game number 2.
And also Karma, he's one of their more active players. Key player for getting first bloods, and a lot of times if we see him get a first blood or even drop, the timing for him and Scump, whether it's on a map like Breakout and they're controlling outside showers, even on Crusher as you're sliding in towards that A site to make a play, it seems like whenever Karma goes in, whether he finds a kill or not, Scump is right behind him to trade it or find 2. They've been phenomenal there games because they will be the heavy underdog in I don't care what map it is, I don't care what mode it is. There is no one that can make an argument to me that Mindfreak Black should win a particular map.
Naked will make a good argument. I think I saw him come in the crowd a little bit earlier, but no, I agree with you. I think they come into this map. I mean, this is the one team you don't want to draw coming out of groups, right? You would not have wanted Optic Gaming. Maybe you could kind of convince yourself, you can take some maps, make a series interesting, but with the way Optic has played, throughout stage 2, now into Champs here through groups, they definitely look like the team to beat.
Certainly. Hard to argue, but here we go. Game 2, Optic Gaming versus Mindfreak Black as we continue in bracket play for the CWL Championship here in 2017. On board with Formal, and he's got the sniper.
See if he can find anything, but as soon as Optic, they start to run away, it's going to be Mindfreak able to push all the way through. 1 from Formal, trying to locate his second one. It's a wild challenge, but he has Scump there to help him out. Formal trying to locate the second shot, not able to connect. So see how he plays.
Get some information, though, over the top. He had some good cover from his teammates there. They weren't able to push out the sniper. Karma, though, get caught from behind. Swiftazor with the kill. Setzi, last one left, and he's eliminated. First round, Optic Gaming.
We don't see it a lot from Formal anymore, but still, that sniper rifle can be so effective. Throw some teams off guard.
Oh. Think back to Ghost, like when he first started really competing.
All he did.
Literally the only thing he could do in Search and Destroy. He had not a clue in the world what was going on in the game mode when he first started competing in COD, but he could hit sniper shots.
But it was easy to game plan against him, right? I mean, you knew where he was going to play with the sniper rifle, so you just sent 2 or 3 bodies at him. He missed one shot, it was an easy kill, and just over the years, it's not diversified the way he has played Search and Destroy. So now he's just not a sniper. Very talented player. Arguably one of the best in S&D now in the entire league.
Let's see what Mindfreak Black can do now that they've got control of the site. Setzi trying to deal with anyone pushing from the skywalk, but it looks like the hit's going to be coming in from you and the backside. Karma and Scump, first 2 in. Crim6, though, with your first blood, 4v3 advantage here for Optic Gaming. Karma follows it up. Crim, a second kill in the round. Swiftazor, you're the last one running for his life. Nowhere to hide as Scump gets it. Back-to-back rounds to Optic Gaming. And Karma, so far, the only one to die.
Yeah, they have control of the site, Mindfreak Black, but there's no firepower on this roster. When Optic Gaming starts to run through them, there's not much they can do there. As Optic, they fly on in, they pick up the kills, they take that round.
2-0 Optic. Let's see. I mean, all right, if you're Mindfreak Black on this particular map, and obviously you're up against the wall, the green wall. What can you change? What can you do to try and get advantage here? Maybe start to pick them apart.
I mean, you need first bloods. You're not going to be able to win this and win rounds consistently, especially when the other team has 4 talented players like Optic has. If you're not able to get first blood at the beginning of the round, so I think that's huge to hear from Mindfreak Black.
Crim6 with the first blood in the last round. Not this time. First blood is Setzi, able to pick up the 1v1. Now Formal and Scump caught between a rock and a hard place. Can they win the fight? So yes, Scump with a 2-piece there to keep them in this. As Karma is one shot, he will drop. Formal trying to turn this into a 1v1, but he's still got one on the flank, and there you go, a round for MF Black.
So they get a round on the board, and that first round's always the hardest to get when you kind of go up against a team that's just rolling on through the opponents those first rounds. Now they get one. on the board. Maybe they get another.
One round on the board. Trying to keep this close against who many consider the top team in the world right now. On offense now, Hopi, your bomb carrier. As they're going to look to hit towards the B site. There's one in the back, and he's going to be backed up. That was Karma just getting vision for a second, making the call for his teammates to rotate across. It looks like the defense plans to hit 3 behind the Scarab, and then Crim6 on the long flank. Scarab knows it's connect. You know it's connected. They plan to come on through.
Now Crim coming on this long flank. He's not able to pick anybody up, so it's going to be 2 kills. Make it 3 going in favor of Mindfreak Black. They get another round here, so 2 rounds in a row here for Mindfreak Black.
Well done. I mean, after the first couple of rounds where, I mean, you only have a handful of deaths for Optic Gaming, it looks like it's one of those, they made steamroll, right? You know, you have a 6-0, 6-1 game. MF Black wants nothing to do with it. They put together 2 rounds and now tie this up. I know historically, if you're going to upset a team when you are a heavy underdog, it is search and destroy. Unfortunately here, it's not a scenario like groups where maps count. You need series victories.
Looks like Optic all going to just hit this one site. You're going to lead the way with Formal with the NV4 in his hands as Mindfreak Black looking to push all the way through A. Trying to come on this flank through that mid-map. It's going to be all on Crim6 here. He's going to get one. And the follow-up's not there fast enough for Mindfreak Black. It's Hopi. He's able to take Crim out, but you need to be a little bit faster there for MF Black.
Well, they do have a 3 versus 3. Karma trying to hold off several. He's got Formal at the outside box to lay down fire as well. The 2-man hit about to hit. Formal trying to pick a direction to try and assist on. Scump does his job, finds 2. It ends. We don't see the final kill. We'll see it in the round-ending kill cam, but round 2 Optic Gaming. And a chaotic one there in the finish. So Formal does end up closing it down.
We'll see Formal in the final kill cam, but for MF Black, you know, pleasantly surprised they're able to hang here in the search and destroy. This is the one game mode that's kind of been rock solid for Optic thus far. They're just able to blow people away, but Optic is actually very good at just making these mid-game adjustments, Clint. You know, when they're when they find themselves down or they just pick up on a tendency of the other team, they're great at taking advantage of it.
Well, talk to me. What do you think has been is that the biggest difference? Like if we talked to last year, them being poor in search, and now them excelling in that game mode, what do you think's been the biggest thing?
Well, I think you're seeing Formal play better in search and destroy, and I think you know, over the last few weeks, and not in this game, you know, 1 and 6, but I think Karma has been a big player in search and destroy for this squad as well. So I think you've seen some good individual efforts, you know, very smart team play. I think they've just kind of put everything together in search and destroy.
Right now, 3 versus 3. You see on the minimap is the hunt is on for Optic Gaming as they're all pushing around the backside of dirt. Basically opposite corners right now. As MF Black now look to plant towards B. Should have the free plant. We'll see what the timing's like for Optic Gaming. Can they maybe catch them as this is getting planted? You have a 3v2 for a moment, but no, bomb gets down. A chance for MF Black to set up. It's going to be a bloodbath here quickly. Back and forth we go. Swift is over the 2-piece there with the Erad. Last man up is Formal. He does have FDL to work with. K-bar in hand. 1 to his right, 1 to his left. He drops 3-3. As MF Black continue to hang here and search and destroy.
And that is one where, you know, he gets in position with FTL. He picks up 1. We've seen him do it so many times. He's able to use that payload ability, you know, get behind another player, clutch those 1v2 situations.
And I know this is very much a David and Goliath type scenario. You know, Optic coming in as a heavy favorite. MF Black, you know, not many people thought they were going to be coming out of this, especially as the team from Australia. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, they would be considered the 3rd best team of the 3 that were actually in group play. They shock everyone. And now, hanging in this search and destroy. Can they win it?
That's the difficult part, right? I mean, you can kind of hang in the game. It's closing out to take map number 2. Crim draws first blood. They have control of the site. This is Optic Gaming's round to lose, as we'll see Karma get bombed down. And MF Black doesn't want to push all the way through here because they're not sure there's a player in this back rock or in that back warehouse area, so going to be very cautious as they move on through towards that B site.
Scump able to go vertical over the first shed. They're throwing everything at him. There's a tactical also coming in with a Scarab, but Krem looking on the ace now. Give it to him. No! He gets him to 1 shot but can't finish, but it's Krem with the first blood. Krem with the next 2, and finally his team picks up that final kill as the round goes to Optic Gaming, but that was all Crim6 there. round number 7.
He's been very good at getting first bloods for this roster. You'll see maybe now on the other side of things, they'll kind of let him roam around, search for a first blood. It's a lot harder though against some of these teams where they don't have as much experience though, because you don't know what kind of strategies they like to do, or what kind of corners they like to sit in. So just pay attention to hour number 2 on the minimap. Looks like Optic going to stack up in towards that A site. Challenge MF Black to come in there and try and win some fights.
Well, MF, I like this. They just hit it up through a mid. There's no presence as Optic Gaming stacked the site, like you said. But now they're going to be pushing the back garage. Crim6, a 4th first blood for him. Half the rounds, Crim finding the opening kill, and he is 7-5. He has been such a massive influence here in our Game 2 Crusher Search and Destroy.
Bomb is down. Optic does need to retake here, and I love this strat here from MF Black. They're going to catch Optic off guard as Hopey coming around that backside. He's able to get one. Scump with the reactive. Maybe use it this round to give yourself a big advantage, and here it comes.
Pops it. 1 second was weak. See, oh, he's actually able to win it. It's going to be Karma in a 1v1, trying to chase down the weak Swiftazor. He gets to a close pocket. Can Karma win the gunfight? No! It's Swiftazor of MF Black taking the 1v1. Scratch that, kind of a 1v2 in that scenario. Sick stuff.
Karma just needed to be there a little bit faster. If he follows Scump up right away, that is an easy kill. That is a round win for Optic Gaming. A big round though for MF Black. Clutch play there by Swiftazor, as now Optic does not have that reactive armor.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one where you're trying to bury a team, right? You use it in the 2v2, you're like, I got these kills. Scump gets melted in the second one. But you still have what? FTL 4 formal. Crim6 gets away with his life as he is tagged. As you take a look at the minimap, there's no presence towards the B site for MF Black, but they have a 3-man hit now. Trying to work through mid. Optic, they decide not to plant this and push on through.
They're going to try and get a pick here first, because in that previous round, they kind of got caught in the situation, pinched from MF Black. So they know that there may be one player playing in the back here, and they're able to find Hopey. So they get first blood. Crim6 inside, trying to locate Swiftazor. It'll be Swiftazor picking up a kill there, evening the odds at 3 players apiece.
Mindfreak kind of spread across the map, right? You got one at B, one at A, one watching mid. Now they're starting to group up a little bit. Optic, per usual, playing as a pack. 30 seconds on the round. Pressure on Optic to get this plant. Karma's going to go ahead and get it done. Having a slow start has also affected Karma and getting towards that camo. He may likely never see it. You saw Scump burn the other key payload in reactive armor, whereas Swiftazor, he earns it in that round. Formal, though, able to pick up a kill. 3 versus 2 now. Swiftazor on the hunt, playing ring around the rose, but finally able to locate it. Melee to the back as 2 kills come through. Now 1v1. He's gonna drop. It's Karma getting it done. He just clutched a couple rounds ago. I thought Swiftazor, maybe he pops that reactive. He's gonna take that fight.
Well, it should have been a 2v1 in favor of Optic. I believe a team kill comes in there, puts Karma in the 1v1 situation. Optic Gaming 1 round away from taking map number 2. Sad now. See what payload abilities both teams have to work with here. I believe Swiftazor's reactive. Yep, that's probably the biggest one on the board. You do have Formal with that FTL. So we'll see if he maybe uses this round, gets to an advantageous position, and makes something happen.
Swiftazor 10-5. He has been an absolute beast, and a big part of why you see them going toe-to-toe with Optic in the search and destroy.
I mean, maybe you get the bomb down inside, and you pop reactive, players flying at you. You're able to win 1 or 2 gunfights, but at that point you would love the ERAD in your hands, right? As opposed to something like the NV4.
Things slowing down as both teams fighting for information. Who is going to get this first blood?
Now both teams, I feel like, have just lost each other.
It's Crim6 again.
Going to Optic Gaming. And now you're really just relying on Swiftazor. He needs to make a play with that reactive armor. Needs to find some kills here.
Let's get to Swiftazor's POV if we can. There it goes. He's going to pop it, but is he going to find a kill? 1 snaps to his right, not going to get anything. Should be into the game for Optic. 4v2 advantage. Under 30 on the clock. 1 remaining. It's Hopey in a 1 versus 3. Surely no hope for him. This should be done in a 2-0 advantage for Optic Gaming.
you pop that reactive, you just need to sit on the site. Hope he picks up one. He will then fall. The defuse will come in. Optic Gaming will take map number 2, 6-4, go up 2-0 in our series.
When you take a look at it, I mean, the game 1, close early, Optic took over. Game 2, I mean, back and forth throughout, never really able to get more than a 2-round lead except for the opening 2-0. Mindfreak Black's playing them very, very tough.
They have. Optic, though, just taking care of business, winning game number 1, winning game number 2. They want to take this 3rd game, get out of here, get rested, going into some serious games tomorrow.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, think about it. We have, all our winners round 1 matches today and also our losers round 1. So if you get a win, you have the entire day, afternoon to chill by the pool, relax, talk strats, maybe get a scrim in, whatever the teams decide to do, but just relieves a little bit of pressure. Whereas if you lose, you have another match today and a long climb through a 16-team double elimination bracket.
Well, especially because they've already played for 2 days as well, so which usually they're not used to this long of play, and you get this win, then you can rest. It's just a huge advantage.
It certainly is, and despite the fact it has been close, again, Optic up 2-0 if you are just joining us. We've already had some crazy upsets today. I mean, I know for me, due to the pedigree of some of the players come champs time, I had Rise Nation going deep. They've already been upset. Well, somehow, maybe Mindfreak Black play spoiler to the dream run of Optic Gaming. It's all going to start with this uplink, and we will see it right after this quick commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Optic Gaming versus Mindfreak Black, about to head into game 3. Hello to you in attendance, you watching at home. We're excited for this next map, but it does not bode well for MF Black due to the fact that it is Frost Uplink, where Optic has been dominant.
Yeah, they are 12-1, 92% win percentage on this map.
This is where since Dallas.
Yeah, you can really get skunked going. It's going to be very difficult for MF Black. And you saw there, you got a glimpse of it at the bottom of the stage. Splice, playing like Splice, up 2-0 here against Enigma 6. So, you know, a lot like how you see probably the rest of the day will go. Like the winner of these matches will play each other. Not today, but they will play tomorrow. So we could potentially see Optic Splice round number 2.
And let's just talk about that. Let's say that is the matchup. And, you know, Splice has I would say it's certainly, you could argue, a harder test than Enigma 6, first playing MF Black here for Optic. Do you think maybe does that give Splice any kind of advantage going in tomorrow? Maybe a little bit more of a tune-up?
It's tough, because Splice has been so up and down recently. You do not know which Splice is going to show up. You do expect, though, I mean, you know, they've been practicing early, you know, at the pre-LAN, the EU pre-LAN, then they come in, they play pretty well in groups. You beat a good Enigma 6 team here today. A ton of confidence going into tomorrow.
All right, well, early slaying advantage to Optic Gaming behind Formal. Starting 3-0, make it 4. We'll see if he can get some streaks going. I don't think the NV4 is going to be in his hands too long, but you usually see it off the break. And you'll continue to see it until he dies. Pushing through, might be points coming in. Can they make the play? Toss is going back and forth. Zeppa's still alive.
Karma, though, gets the reset there, so they kind of toss the drone back and forth. MF Black, a good opportunity to score at the beginning, and now they may not end up getting points for it. A few kills go in favor of Optic. Hopi, the only one alive, he falls. Now Optic will have drone control going in towards sub bay.
Formal set up the power position here in sub bay. You see players soaring out in front, trying to get the angle to help them out. First one, second one. Third will get the better of them. Crim6 still here. We'll toss drone forward and get gun up for the next wave of spawners. Take that back, as he's going to get flanked pretty much immediately there by Hopi. And I mean, this has been a good opening 90 seconds for Mindfreak Black. I mean, any pressure we've seen towards an actual uplink has been from them.
Yeah, but now Optic starting to rally together some kills here, Clint. Formal 10-2 at this moment in time. Scump going in for 1. He connects, able to take out Hopi. He gets in the MF Black base. Now this is where things get scary. MF Black gets to drone. They just move it further away. Don't give Optic the opportunity to rally these together.
Exactly. I mean, just getting the drone and pushing that out towards Cliff is huge, because when you get Scump in that position, that he's just locked in there, L triggering towards Cryo, and you're spawning them out. If Optic had control of mid-map, that could have been a very ugly rally very quickly, but Scump still hunting on the Mindfreak Black side of the map. No one's winning a one-on-one with him right now. Streak up to 5 at 6-4. Falls 50 points short for Trinity Rockets.
Now MF Black is forced to just play so far in the back of their base. Crim with 1, Karma with another. Now they have a 1v2. This should be points here for Optic Gaming. Crim falls, Formal gets a 1-point throw off.
Is that the first time Formal scored with the drone in his career?
It's only because he absolutely needed to. I mean, there's nobody else there.
I mean, it's a joke amongst the team. He does not pick up the drone very frequently, but they're able to flush it through. He's also 14-4.
Well, that's why he's not picking up the drone. It's because he's 15-4.
Yeah, I get it. It's very infrequent you see him scoring. Crim6 now with a 2-piece. 2-0 edge for Optic. 2 minutes to play. Drone now in Karma's hand as they're coming forward. Scump gonna lose that 1v1, but has enough damage been done? The answer is yes. They're set up inside. The dunk is through, and Karma still inside the base, making plays.
And after the beginning of the game, you have not seen MF Black get any drone control. They haven't got any map control. Every shot we've seen of them has been on their own helipad as Optic Gaming is going in to put points on the board. And right now you have Hopi 2-11. This is what happens. I mean, when Optic Gaming, they punish you so bad. You know, if somebody get off to a bad start, it's so difficult to make these comebacks. This will be another 2-point play from Optic Gaming. The lead goes up 6-0.
It's all 4 members doing it, but I mean, Formal obviously with 17 kills has been kind of opening the lane. Then Scump has gotten forward. He's been doing literal laps around like kind of their base, back into sub bay, out through the doorway, just literally doing circles and killing from behind. But MF Black able to counter, get a dunk on the board. Now trailing by 4. At least make this a little bit closer. Try and maybe make this deficit a little bit smaller heading into half. They've got a minute to work with. Unfortunately for them, drone in the hand of Optic Gaming.
Well, in Uplink, I mean, you're going to need to get those 2 waves of kills to get the 2-point plays. And where are those kills coming from on the side of MF Black? I think that's really what you're worried about going forward. Scump disintegrates Zeppa there. This will be another 2-point play for OG.
I was going to say, Swift is a run for your life. Just get out of there.
Yeah, don't fight that. Just run. I mean, the way he's shooting right now.
God.
Just mowing people down. Finally, his streak ends at, I believe, 6, but the damage is done here in the first half. Optic should hold on to this lead. May even try and put some more points up.
They have a chance. 8 of the clock. Karma with drone. Puts it down for a second. Who's going to try and pick it up and maybe make a play? I think Formal there. Scump there. Just narrowly misses, or I can't see if the clock maybe ticked right beforehand, but as it stands, big performance there from pretty much everybody on Optic Gaming to take control in the first half, and I think everyone pretty much expected a 3-0 here. It's looking like it's going to be a 3-0.
Optic controlling this game. MF Black, they need to come up big here in the second half. They need to pick up kills. Just who will step up? They're going to need multiple people to step up if they're going to get close. And just to give you guys an update, I know some of you guys at home who maybe not have the Bravo stream open, Splice takes care of business, 3-0's Enigma 6.
Wow.
That is a commanding win there for Splice.
My bracket I filled out is very screwed. Very, very bad.
Oh, none of them expected it to be any good anyway.
Scump continuing to hold forward, make plays. Formal with the dunk. He's got 5 in this.
Is that what you would tell them if you were the coach? Hold forward and make plays.
Yes, that's exactly what I would tell them.
It's a lot of detail you provide.
But I think, I mean, well, Formal in game 1, had most time at the hard point, also led in slaying here. Points to go with the slaying as well. There is a counter from MF Black to at least put one more on the board, but they still have a whole hell of a lot of work to do in the next 4 minutes.
You know, when you're just picking up kills at the pace and rate that Optic is, it just makes things so much easier. Well, I mean, right now, I mean, Mindfreak Black, they get a points up, but I mean, where are they going to rally? I mean, when they go back to mid-map, they're not able to win those other engagements, and Optic just takes the drone and map control right back.
And you would probably agree this is one of those scenarios where there's no amount of strategy or making the right plays from MF Black that I think can make up just for the slaying prowess you have on this Optic game.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could have the best strats in the world. If you don't kill anybody, they don't mean anything. So I think, look, MF Black, they know how to play the game the right way. You know, they made it out of groups. They just run into a team that is such a strong team in terms of slaying. It's difficult for them to kind of turn up the gears and get going. Scump there barely makes it through for a 2-point play, but see Krim now on a 5 streak. He's getting closer to score streaks.
I'll show Krim some love. I know we've seen a lot of Formal and Scump through this as they've been on a tear, but Scump right there, or Krim matching both of them. The streak up to 7 now, 50 off the bombardment. He's still got 3 minutes left to do damage. So he's snapping right now, almost able to 180 and pick one up inside of ice. A couple of players lining up for a Formal. Third wants the challenge. I don't recommend that. Wins another gunfight as he's up to 27 and 12. Streaks now coming in. They want to open up the way for points. Damaged one, I think, on the wall run and found a kill.
And if I was another team, Clint, I think the scariest part about watching Optic Gaming in this match is just throughout stage 2 in the groups is the play of Crimsix. I mean, you know Scump and Formal were gonna play at that top level, but you always kind of went into the series, it's like, all right, if Krim doesn't play great, Karma doesn't play great, we can take this series. When Krim is playing like this,
well, that, yeah.
Who knows who beats him?
I think there's Karma, I mean, he said it himself, he plays to win, he makes the plays to win. Crimsix, though, I think there are times where he needs to slay. He needs to play well. Not necessarily match Formal and stuff at all times, but he is
selfish.
The X factor.
Yeah.
When he's playing a little bit more selfish at times, rely on Karma to be that guy that's always playing to win, always making the smart plays, as the other 3 just wipe everybody off the map.
So, I mean, before Krim joins this team, we're talking about him as maybe the best player in Call of Duty. And then, that kind of conversation has gone away. It's been, Formal, Scump, Octane.
He's certainly in the conversation for all time, though.
Oh, definitely
maybe leading the way.
For all time, but you cannot forget it's that type of talent you got on this team. And I think, you give Krim that kind of opening, like, hey, play your game, be more selfish, you'll see a lot of games like this.
Look at the just statistics across Formal, Krem, and Scump right now, when just the raw slang you have of them. Pretty much everybody double positive, all over the 30 kill mark. Not much you can do to combat that. Krem goes ahead and puts through the 1-point toss. It's a 15-3 advantage. If you're new to Uplink, you can't score 12 times in 60 seconds. At least I don't think so.
I actually, when you said that, I was like trying to think. I was like, well, the drone drops. I mean, if you just kind of, you ran it uncontested for like a minute.
Somebody test that.
I think you could probably actually do it. I mean, especially if you have like an overdrive or something.
Yeah,
like,
unlimited
get a quick
overdrive,
one, but still, I mean, when the other team is playing like this, I mean, yeah, 35 and 18 from Scump, 33 and 18 from Krim, above 30 here for Formal. You know, on the other side, I mean, you have the highest amount of kills is Zeppo with 22. I mean, there's nothing you can do to get towards that mid-map. Try and push those drones forward for more points.
Karma uses camo for fun. Just to use it at this point. 10 seconds remaining. Another monster streak. It's 8 right now for Scump. You saw Krim with a 7 streak. I think Formal will hit that as well. 3, 2, 1. It's a hot 3-0 here for Optic Gaming.
Just come in today, take care of business, and that's exactly what Optic Gaming has done here, completing a 3-0 sweep.